So that was an experience. It is one of those days. It's just I don't even. Good afternoon, day. I don't know why my Axel chat's not working right. That should have gone through. Weird. Anyway, I'm hoping things will start working for me because I am not. I'm good. I'm good. Stream might be a little bit shorter because I have just exhausted myself, but what can you do? Um, uh, but yeah, hang on. I'm gonna switch out my Axel chat real quick. That way I can make sure it's working correctly. Because I had to do a bunch of stuff, and I don't like. Okay, so Axel chat should be working now, hopefully. I'm praying. Um, and let me close out because this is just gonna make more noise. Okay. Anyway, so I figure we'd do a little bit of an art stream today. I'm in the art mood lately. Um, and there's been a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to do. Um, so I figured, why not? I've been doing a lot of interest in like aerial hoop stuff and aerial stuff. Um, so it's like I really want to do some artwork of it and get my reference right there. Now the hard part's gonna be trying to get my freaking circle right. Not quite good at the circle, but I guess that's what shapes are for. No, that's a rectangle. There we go. Ooh, that can go a little bit thicker, I think. Let's see. Well, first off, let's put that there. Oh yeah, that's a size. That's a that's a 4. I can do something a bit bigger with it. There we go. I just love the way the body moves. It's so cool. We're gonna do a little bit more. Uh, oh, head's kind of big. But this is mostly just gesture anyway. Okay. It's a little better. Ooh. I should do this. I should have done it on a totally different layer. And I didn't. So we're gonna do this. Copy and paste. And then down here, we're gonna do that. Okay. Because this needs to be a little bit, oh, no, not what I wanted. This one needs to be a little bit smaller. Actually, it looks like I gotta be a lot smaller. That looks a little more like it. Here we go. Check this real quick. Okay. People being stupid. Even that seems like it's gotta be a little bit over. This is a challenge, to be honest. It's. I've done contortionist drawings before, but I've never really done anything like this. And the biggest part is looking at the shape of the body because of the way that the stomach goes when it's contorted like that, it's flat. So this should be about right here. And put this right here. And I can always do my own style too. Doesn't necessarily have to be a 1-1 thing. See, this is a little weird for me because um I have bow legs. So whenever I did dance, did not realize that legs don't go out here like this. Not normally. Normally they're a little more straight, which these need to be a little bit more straight, but it's not nearly as much as my legs do. There we go. Okay, hands are always just a ugh. Here, let's do it this way. Those fingers have really got to go further, which we can fix later. See, the thing's not big enough though. Still, that might be better. Oh, hey Natasha, I am feeling a bit better. My Axel chat is not working, so I'll gotta fix it. Thanksgiving plans. We get together with family, the local family, and we have a little dinner. So we kind of have a little bit of a plan, but for the most part, we're just it's just an instance where we're just hanging out. It's nothing really big. Um, I used to my grandmother who passed away at the start of this year. She used to go all out for Thanksgiving. She growing up, she used to get up at like 3 in the morning after going to bed at like 7 and getting up at 3 in the morning to get the turkey in the oven because we roasted our turkey. We didn't fry it, we roasted it. And which I prefer roasted turkey personally. Um but she used to get up so early in the morning and it was like I can't even tell you how big this turkey was. I think one year it was like 8 pounds and then uh another year it was like 10 and it's like grandma, you make so much stuff. Um but my favorite part, and she used to make it for Christmas too, was my grandmother had one of the best um uh Italian wedding soup recipes, and she would make this soup every Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I would look forward to it so much. I didn't really eat turkey growing up because I would always fill myself up with this soup. Um so it's like it's one of these days I'm gonna try and get that recipe from my mother and see if I can try and make it myself. Um but yeah, this amazing Italian wedding soup. It used to be so good. Um so Thanksgivings growing up were a little bit more formal than what I do now. I think we just get tired of making so much food and having so many leftovers and then having to deal it with Christmas because you got all this food for Christmas now too, you know? But yeah, do you guys have any Thanksgiving plans? Uh we can make this work. This is where it gets hard. Where it's like the arm looks weird. Why does it look so weird? And it's because we're gonna work with shapes today. Look, we got another one. So this one, I know it's really hard to see. This one wasn't too bad. This would be a lot easier. A little bit up there. Let's get this a different color. Well, I might be able to do it a different color. I could do it this way. Do this. We'll pick. Um. Hmm. We'll pick a different purple. Paint. Blue. I can't think of my colors today. Oh, that's nice. Having like a little friendsgiving. That's really nice. I would love that. Yeah, if like all my friends had like this big friendsgiving, that's great. That's cool that your neighbors want to do that. That's awesome. It's so nice. What am I doing? That's right. I was gonna get this turnip pen. There, we'll do this so that I can tell my difference between my sketching and the hoop. So this needs to go a little bit higher. Oh, well, yeah. What am I doing? Stop it. There we go. Oh no! Nope. Nope, we need to fix that. There we go. That was close. That was real close. I almost just got rid of everything. And then how she's got a profile. I've been trying to get better at my profiles. That's not bad. I have hair all over the place. I shed like crazy. So it's like I always have. I actually want to tie my hair back because it is fluffy today, isn't it? It's like really fluffy. I don't tie it back nearly as often as I used to. Mostly because my ponytail is just this little paintbrush in the back sticking out. Here we go. That little paintbrush. See? What do I do with my glove now? There it is. All right, so her arms looks a bit long to me. So we're gonna fix that. That looks better. One of these days I'm gonna get some music going. Music that can actually be, heard. I don't have any music going. I'm always afraid because with the whole, uh, uh, copyright stuff. I don't want to mess with any of that. So, but I'll get some. I'll get some nice background music eventually. This hand is a bit too big now. Let's see if we got, like, I don't know if I've got any, here's my whole, hand, reference. Sometimes you just need a good hand reference. Except I'm not finding any. But I do have a lot. Come on. It's gotta be something. Give me something. I don't think I'm gonna find anything right now. That's fine. We'll fix it. Alright. Now I gotta figure out, like, a composition here. Don't you hate it? I hate it when I do a picture and the anatomy looks so good that I don't want to put clothes on them. But at the same time, it's like part of me really wants to play around with folds. I love doing folds. I know it's not making sense. Hmm. I once wonders if I should go. I should go out and around. Hmm. Yeah, I might be able to do that. I might like that a little bit more. We'll do this. I'm gonna get rid of this right here so I don't get it mixed up. Just like I'm gonna get rid of this so it don't get mixed up. We're gonna fix this. So, so it's funny today. So Marvel Comics and DC Comics currently are doing a, or at least they did do a Batman and Deadpool um, comic that came out this month, and my obsessed butt had to go and buy 3 copies of the same comic because it's all the story's the whole it's all the same, but the covers are different. I wanted different variant covers, and I actually went and I bought 3 of the same freaking comic just for the variant covers, because one of them is Wolverine, also known as X-23, not Wolverine, but X-23 Wolverine, and Nightwing, which is one of the main reasons why I want to read it. The story looks really cute. Um, but then there's also Gambit and Damian Wayne in one. So I had to buy that one. It is very chaotic from what I understand. I'll have to read it and let y'all know. but but yeah, and then the other one was Emma Frost and Catwoman, cuz the image is really nice. It's really pretty. But yeah, Batman and Deadpool. It's a weird mix, but it's one that kind of works. If you ask me personally. All right, we're going to play around with hair because I feel like it. Need a spot for the ear. Because I can't do the hair unless I have the ear. But but yeah. So that's how obsessed I am. And the sad part is, the really sad part is that our local comic store, at least one of them, the one that I used to go to all the time, closed a couple years ago. And I miss it all the time because I used to love going into the comic store and just grabbing my pull list and uh being able to have my hands on my comics. And I don't get that experience anymore, which is really sad. Um, I had to order from Midtown Comics, which is in New York. They are known as the comic store, and I had to go to them because we don't have one, and that's really sad. That's why it's like I always tell people you just go to brick and mortar stores when it comes to things like that. Brick and mortar's the way to go. Yeah. I know they released the covers a couple months ago, and when I saw the Wolverine Nightwing one, I was like, "Oh, I really kind of need this." I didn't know I needed this in my life. Um, and I do. I need it so bad. Uh, but it reminds me of how like what it was in the 90s when they did the amalgam stuff with the crossover and just how crazy that got. Um, I don't know if I like her hair so much. I might just erase it. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. And then it goes bigger. I didn't like how that was going. Hmm. They are by Marvel and DC. Marvel did their crossover for it, which apparently it's a totally different story, but I didn't know about it a couple months ago, but they released it last month. So the ones that they published released last month, and this month is DC and what DC ended up publishing. So it is them doing it together, which is really cool. I hope that they do it more often because people need to not pit them against each other because they each have such different really good stories, and you need to just enjoy them. Why can't we enjoy both? That's I've always been like that. I've always been, you know, I was a big Marvel girl growing up. I used to love X-Men and all of those. I didn't get into Avengers until later. Um but I loved X-Men, I loved Daredevil. Um and I did get into Batman comics around the time that I was into other comics. Like I was into the X-Men and stuff like that. But through that I really loved Nightwing. So yeah, I do. I really need to go back and get some back issues and buy the one that they did. Um, that's the hard part, is because you need to get back issues. And these are ones that I don't think that they're going to be putting in any. From what I understand, they don't go digital with this one because it's a one shot for both of them. Uh, they're not going digital with it, and then they'll probably not do a graphic, you know, a bound graphic novel for it. Um, which would really suck. You really would really like want to have them all together, I think. Especially if you do two different stories. Well, two different but connected stories. From what I understand, they are connected. So, but it's just to where, like, if you miss one, you don't necessarily have to read the other, you know? Yeah, I'm trying to think of if they partnered Logan up with anybody. Um, I do know that the Nightwing and X-23 Wolverine, uh, that story has to do with a lot with both Dick Grayson and Laura, basically having to live up to someone bigger than themselves. How do you live up to, like, how do you live up to Batman, or how do you live up to Wolverine? They're the best at what they do. Uh that's kind of Yeah, that's kind of the story from what I understand, and I think I love it. I think it's great. Here we're gonna try and do. I don't know. I'm not doing good my with my shapes today. Hmm. But but yeah, those are the things that I've been like interested. I've been really interested in a lot of um uh the DC stuff that's going on right now. Marvel is undergoing a almost like a Age of Apocalypse thing going on. And I'm just so behind on comics. It's like I can't exactly jump in with this one. So I'm waiting until this finishes up so that I can try and jump in a bit. Um but DC has some crazy stuff going on too. Like they have the knockout, the KO stuff, which is something that they're just doing. They're redoing their stories. They've also got Ultimate Batman, which people are going crazy over, and um No, not ultimate, absolute, absolute Batman, and absolute, Wonder Woman. And I don't know how interested I am in them, in those. Uh, People are going nuts over it though, and it's like that just doesn't interest me. But yep, that's that's this week in Allie's comic news. Hmm. Still don't know how I feel about this. I'm still iffy about it. Hmm. We're gonna do this again. I don't like it. I think this is the first time I've actually done like an art stream where it's like I don't like how it turns out, so I just erase it all. Um, hmm. Let's try going this way, maybe. No, because that would be like this. Well, that would be going behind. Gotta get that ear back. Yeah, yeah. The new character designs are really interesting for Absolute Batman. For the Absolute stuff, it's just the story and stuff like that. The I guess over the top violence not necessarily is my thing. Um, we all are interested in our own things. That's just one that I don't doesn't quite not quite my jam. Ugh, I just can't win with this one. There we go. Let me get that ear back though. I keep on erasing the ear, and it needs to be there. There. But yeah, uh, if I were to do a study, I'd do something more on Muka or whatever. Um, Oh, we might have something here. We might have something here. Let's see. We'll work with that. We will work with that. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit though. Okay. That's way too big. Even that's kind of big. Oh, because it's the turnip pin. All right. Yeah, let's go a little darker. Do it that one. Now I gotta remember what I was doing with it. Okay, so this was gonna go this way. It's still so very messy. All right. Let's fix the hand. There. See, the hand looks so much better. Alright, so we're gonna do this curve over this way. Same thing with this right here. Curve over this way. I think if we do 3, it's gonna be too much. So we'll stick to that and we'll curve it a little bit more. I also keep forgetting about the fact that it's a there's a loop too. Keep on forgetting about the hoop. A darn hoop. I assure you, this makes sense. At least to me, it does. Alright. We're gonna go bare feet. I'm gonna hate myself, but it don't look that bad. I don't know if I want to go full in the front or in the back. We will finish and take a look at it first. It makes me feel like it should go in the back, but oh no, I guess in the front. Yeah, in the front looks better. It's always a difficult thing. Oh, yeah, no, it's not your YouTube. So I had a lot of technical difficulties today, and so those are still the lives. I don't know what happened. Um, I do have like two other YouTube things that I probably need to turn off, but I'm afraid to turn off because I'm afraid if I turn them off, it's going to turn my main one off. So, yeah. We had some problems today, and yeah, so it's not your YouTube. It's me. It's my fault. But I'm too afraid to turn them off because I don't want to mess anything else up. I really don't want to mess anything else up. I've had enough. I was almost in tears. I was so frustrated. But yeah, no. My settings got changed around and it messed things up with OBS, and it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can too. Like I said, I'm just afraid to. I'll deal with them later. If I have to delete them later through my studio, I'll do that. Um, I'll just for me that's a problem for future Allie. Present Allie needs to calm down from it. So it's one of those things. But yeah, that's a future Allie problem. Mm, there we go. Fix that a little bit. Alright, let's get the hair situated. Which in order to do that, I have to do the ear. It makes sense. It really does. Yeah, I've done Lyra once and I fell in love with it, but I can't afford to go to classes anymore. So it's like, yeah, I wish I could do I have to live vicariously through characters. And that's what this is that's what they call the hoop is a Lyra. Lyra. No. Go back. It's not the greatest, but I'll take it for a sketch. I will take it for a sketch. Yeah. Come on. Pressed OK. There we go. Oof. Oh, that was only at 63%. What the heck? I thought that was darker. Looking at pens, and then... Oh, which one do I always use? I never remember. I think it's this one is what I've been using lately. Maybe not. That one's not bad. Stabilization's 100% though, and it don't look right. Oof. Can't see anything. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how I like this one. That's weird. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. No, I don't like that. Is it this new one that I've been doing? Oh, jeez. Stabilization's terrible on that. Alright, let's try this for once. Alright, this has got some interesting dynamics to it. It's almost very much like inking. Like with actual like ink. That's nice. I might have found my inking brush. Especially since I'm always on the lookout for a different one. Always. Yep, I think I found an inking brush. Yay! Mm. Yikes. Gotta be careful with it though, man. Let's go down a little bit. Maybe go down to 10. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier to contain. Yeah, it's a little easier. I honestly should be doing this on a vector layer. But I totally forgot about doing a vector layer. Hey, Sneaks! How are you today? Totally blanked on doing a vector layer. Really should have. Now I'm trying to decide, should I do a vector layer before it gets too late? Should I just redo all this? No, we'll just do it raster. We'll raster and we'll die like men. Come on. Ugh, too much. Maybe. Definitely one of those instances to where it's like, I'm gonna have to learn how to control this. Oh, you were playing Vermintide? I've heard a little bit about it. I've heard a little bit about it. I think that's on the Discord, isn't it? That got posted. Oof, that's too strong a line. That's better. We want some line variation. Line variation is where it's at, man. And see, here you've got like, yeah. I'll have to fix that later though. Just like right here, I don't like that too much, so we'll fix it. There's always a way to fix it. The word of the Firian funny face angle. Oh no, I know about that. I know about that. I do like Left 4 Dead. We played Left 4 Dead for like a while, years ago. Um, so it might be something I might be interested in. But yes, the Furion funny face angle. Yeah, yeah, that's been everywhere. I'm part of a lot of like art Reddits, and so that's one of the things that have been running rampant on the art Reddit is the Furion funny angle. Yep. Come on. Uh, those instances where I really wish I was doing vector. Let's do it this way. That's too thick. I think it was the angle I was taking it at. I think that matters when it comes to this pen. Maybe it is just pressure, and I'm pressing too much. That's better. Yeah, it was everywhere. And yeah, I am very rarely on socials. I have socials, I just don't use them, which I need to when I do things like this. Mm, I messed that up. Ears are weird. Ears are very weird. I don't like how it does the immediate taper. I wonder if I can fix that myself. Or is it stroke? No. Starting and ending. Maybe. Brush size. Well, that's a no. See, I wish it wouldn't do that at the end. That's No, I haven't doodled it. Um I do see it though. I haven't I've done that angle. It's not an easy angle. I'll outright say that. It's definitely an angle that I would choose not to do. Trying to make sure this it's like you really gotta pay attention to your pressure. Yeah, you've got to do it smooth, or else you end up with things like that. Yeah, see? That's just you gotta be really careful with this pen. This is definitely not a pen I could do vector with, I don't think. Vector relies a lot on just being simple, and this has me going over the lines way too much. Yeah, I'm not gonna get anywhere close to finishing inking this, that's for sure. But it's not bad. Oof. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry it's like a short stream today. I've been exhausted. Oh, why do I sit like this? Because I have problems with myself. And I have always sat either like this or I'll sit back like this sometimes. Mostly I was like this because concentrating on inking, doing that inking. But anyway, welcome Mary. This pen is really particular. Um so it's like I'm like here like biting my tongue as I'm doing as I'm doing the lines and it's just yeah, see right here I'm gonna have to do that. But yeah, I have a terrible posture. And my back does suffer because of it. It's just it's habit. But yes, I also do a lot of hair strands. I like to make myself hurt apparently. Okay, that one wasn't bad. But yes, it's my art gremlin mode. It's what I am. I'm an art gremlin. So this I'm gonna do like this, I think. Oop, not that thick. Like that. Mm, I should have done that on vector. All right, we're getting used to this here. I just can't be so quick. I can't be my usual quick inking self. I've got to do it a little more smooth. Let's fix that a little. Let's do it with a little bit of a lump. Yeah. Stop it. I'll fix that. And all else fails, just do that. Erase. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's I have an obsession with Mucha. Um I absolutely love Alphonse Mucha. So a lot of my uh a lot of my pieces are very swirly and inspired by that. But yeah, it's like I have to be so careful. It's kind of shocking me how careful I have to be in order to get a smooth line. I haven't had to be like this since I started doing actual ink and pen and paper. But it gives such a really nice line variance. The line variation's just really nice. All right. Ooh, nope, too much. Let's get a little closer. Too close. Come on. There we go. Turn. There we go. Was not turning for me. Oh, mechs and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done traditional work. I do traditional work. Primarily work in markers and watercolor. Um, I also do acrylic. I just haven't done anything like that in a while. Um, Most of my stuff I do digitally. Uh, I've done digital art since, whoa, way before Photoshop had any numbers, which is a big long time ago. But I've always loved it. I love the differences you can get with it, and I love my programs. This is Clip Studio. Clip Studio you can sometimes get on sale for like 30 bucks. Thank you. Thank you so much. This was just honestly a sketch. A sketch and inking practice. Um I have a let me see if I have anything in my recents. Nope. I don't. Darn it. Here, this is one. This is one we did the other I think last week I think we finished it. But yeah, that's a fully colored for me. But yeah. Yeah, it was just a sketch. I just wanted to get some sketching in. But yeah. Thank you so much. It is very flattering. It's hard to be an artist. Um, you always constantly like wonder about like if you're good enough, if your stuff is good, and it makes me feel good. But yeah, but yep, this was just a sketch. A sketch with a lot of lines and curves and trying to learn how to use my inking pen. This inking pen is just, it's so weird. Yep, see? No, I don't like that. I like that better. There we go. Nope, too thick. This needs to be a little thicker. That's too thick. Darn it. I guess that works out. It really does. Look, we can make one. It'd be like, boop, boop. Right in the loop. Let me see. Oh, I need to redo the pinky. I didn't finish the pinky. There we go. Pinky is done. All right. So I'm gonna go like this. Ooh, those long lines are just. Let's do it this way. All right. I think it's tilt activated too, I wonder. Let's do this flat and let's see. I'm just curious to see. Is it tilt? I can't tell. It could be. Ravens, 10 months in a row. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's like I'm trying so hard to like not bite my lip as I'm doing this or make funny faces. Ah, darn it. Let's do it this way. I like it. Let's curve it a little bit better. There we go. I guess it kind of makes sense. Eh. Sometimes my fabric does not make sense. I know, right? You must totally hate me. Just just despise me. Oof, that's kind of ugly. That's okay. Oof. Now it's doing this that I don't know if I was going to turn out. Toes are always weird, even without redoing your inking brushes. Toes are just always weird. I hate toes. I don't even like my own toes. We'll work with that. That works. Let's see. Like I said, toes are weird. Toes are just so weird. I used to have a lot more trouble with feet, though, I have to say. I'm very proud of how well I have gotten. Feet are always very difficult for people. And so to have conquered them for the most part, I'm not the greatest, I'll admit it, but it's something. Okay. Getting somewhere. Ish. Oof. Oh. Why do I do this to myself? Ooh. That is an ugly line. We're gonna fix it the easy way though. Yeah, that stabilization could be better too. Ooh, too thick. I'm telling you, I think it's because it's tilted. I think this is a tilt activated. A unicorn? Really? A unicorn? I I have to say that's not outside the realm of possibility. I have drawn horses before. I have drawn horses. I have drawn horses that I've actually been really proud of too. But don't you get started with the unicorns. I know what you're trying to start. Mm. Unicorn. You know what you're doing. Yee. You know what I forgot to do again? Hey, Ez. I forgot to set. I forgot to set my What is it? Shoot. What is it called? My time lapse. I forgot to set that again. So I don't have another, like, the only video I have is of me doing it this way. And trust me, when I speed up these videos, I get sick from all the turning because I turn so much. I turn my canvas way too much. But sometimes you just gotta get that angle. Just, you know, right in there. Oh, goodness. Shoulders are so weird when they're over here in this position because just they're just weird. Ah, the line is supposed to be right here. The circle. Oh well. Ooh, that's too thick. Let's go about it the other way. That's much better. Nope, too thick. That's gonna be me doing this pen from now on. It's gonna be like, nope, too thick. I don't really like the anti-aliasing either, but it's at its softest bit, so I don't know how else to fix it. I don't think I can fix it. I think it's as soft as it gets. Mm, let's fix that a little. There we go. Oh, sometimes it's okay for the thick lines. Sometimes that's needed. Other times, not so much. Ugh, that's better. That's not, but oh well. I'm getting lazy now. It is angled. It has to be. It has to have an angle sensitivity to it. I don't see how it couldn't. We are almost done. Ugh. See, the way that I do this is too quick for this brush. Did we do it? Did we finish? Come on, turn. There we go. Yeah, I think we did. The smiley face. All right. Yay. That one didn't turn out that bad. It took a while to get there. Ooh. Potato. Oh god, now I'm afraid I didn't see what you were clipping. But potatoes, I will eat potatoes at any point in time. Just I love potatoes. Potatoes are amazing. I will eat it anyway, and yeah. Not letting yourself get lazy is the harder part of painting. Yeah, yeah. That's where it gets rough, is that it's just I can't I rush too much at times, especially when it comes to inking, and inking takes so much patience. Um, and obviously I'm gonna need a bit more patience for this pen. Uh, but I'll take some, I'll learn. That is a good question. Who doesn't love potatoes? And if someone doesn't, can we even trust that person? That's a good question. I would have to question them for sure. I would have to wonder if they are of this world. Because potatoes are just amazing. Any kind of potatoes too. I love sweet potatoes. That's like one of my favorite things. You get sweet potato, and then you get like you put it with butter and then brown sugar, and then you shove it in the oven for about, I don't know, an hour ish. And oh my god, it is so good. It's just really good. Cause that brown sugar glazes with that butter and it soaks into the sweet potato. It's just really good. I'm not a big cook. I don't cook very often, but that's one of the things that I like to make. I do like to make myself sweet potatoes. But even regular potatoes, I will eat all the time. Anytime, any kind. Fries, baked potatoes, crispy crowns, you name it. Steak fries are my favorite. I love steak fries. Potato wedges are also very good. But yeah, we have finished. I'm not gonna go into coloring today. Um, if even really I go into color at all. Uh, like I said, this was just a fun one. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that pose, and we did that pose. I'm proud of that. I think it looks good. All right. Well, with that, I am going to finish up. Oh, 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 oh. The Christmas tree. No, see, that's where I draw a line. Christmas tree has to go up the day after Thanksgiving. That's it. After Thanksgiving, just the day. You can set it up, get it out, but you can't decorate it until after Thanksgiving. But no. Uh one of the for you people on Twitch, one of the uh point exchange things that I want to do is a save reminder so you guys can remind me when to save because I don't save nearly as much as I should. Come on. Eh. Yeah. Okay, thank you. We're gonna just call this one Lyra. It's a pretty name, but yes, the Lyra. I mean, this might be one that I might paint. We'll see. But anyway, well, we have saved, and then we can move my Kaylee picture. I'm still so proud of this picture. It turned out really well. Um, so next stream, I would say next stream it would be Thursday, but Thursday is Thanksgiving. Um, so I may do a later stream, um, or I may do one this weekend to make up for it. So I can't exactly say that the next stream is on Thursday, sadly. Um, but anyway, I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving for those of you in the States. Even if you're not in the States, happy Thanksgiving. Um, and I'll do more art streams. I'll get to playing more games. I really want to play Peak, but I have to figure out some logistics when it comes to how I set up my OBS and everything like that because I want to be able to see what you guys say. But if I play on my computer, all of my chat and my OBS and all of that is all hidden. So I can't see chat if I'm playing Peak. So I may have to play Peak on my laptop, which will be interesting. It's not the first time I've had to play a game, you know, that way, but because I've the first time I played Repo, we played that way. Um, but um, but yeah, so but anyway, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I had fun. Um, I know it was a little short considering that I had a late start. We will get a lot of that stuff figured out soon. Um, to where there won't be that many problems. Um, but yeah, so thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will see you hopefully maybe late on Thursday or maybe on Sunday or something like that. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.